When it comes to cars that just keep going, Honda has built one of the strongest reputations in the entire auto industry. For decades, people have trusted the brand for simple, reliable, and affordable vehicles that don't just get you from A to B, they stay by your side for hundreds of thousands of miles. But here's the truth that most people don't like to admit. Not every Honda lives up to that legendary status. For every Civic or Accord that seems bulletproof, there's a dark chapter in Honda's history. A model year plagued by catastrophic failures, cheap cost-cutting, or designs that just didn't hold up in the real world. And if you're shopping for a used Honda today, picking the wrong one could mean thousands of dollars down the drain. So today, we're breaking down the 3 worst Hondas you should avoid at all costs, and the 4 best Hondas that prove why this brand is still a legend. Stick around, because some of these might shock you, especially if you thought every Honda was indestructible. Honda has earned its reputation by sticking to 3 simple principles: mechanical simplicity, smart engineering, and practical design. Cars like the Civic and Accord didn't become icons because they were flashy. They became icons because they were dependable, efficient, and surprisingly fun to drive. But no car company is perfect, not even Honda. When the brand rushed development, experimented with transmissions, or cut corners to save money, the results were painful. Loyal Honda fans have seen both sides of the coin. On one hand, vehicles that outlast their owners, and on the other, models that can fail before you even hit 100,000 miles. That's why this list matters. If you're looking at the used car market, the name on the badge isn't enough. The year, the generation, and even the transmission can make the difference between a loyal companion and a financial nightmare. The 3 worst Honda vehicles to own: 2003 to 2007 Honda Accord V6. The Accord has always been a safe bet in Honda's lineup, except for this generation of the V6. On the surface, the 2003 to 2007 Honda Accord V6 looked like the perfect mid-size sedan. It had plenty of power, smooth handling, and a comfortable ride. But buried underneath was one of the most notorious mechanical failures in Honda's history. The culprit? The automatic transmission. Honda paired its V6 engines with a 5-speed automatic that turned out to be a disaster. Instead of lasting 200,000 miles like most people expected, these transmissions often started failing before the car even hit 80,000. Owners reported hard shifting, slipping gears, sudden jerks, and in many cases, complete transmission failure. The fix wasn't cheap. Replacing one of these gearboxes could set you back $3,000 or more, and some unlucky drivers had to do it more than once. To make matters worse, Honda was slow to respond. There was no sweeping recall to save customers, and many owners were left footing the bill. It's a shame, because everything else about the car was excellent. Strong V6 performance, plenty of space, and that classic Accord comfort. But all of that was overshadowed by one fatal flaw. If you're looking at a used Accord, skip the 2003 to 2007 V6 unless you enjoy paying for new transmissions. 2012 to 2015 Honda Civic. The Civic has been Honda's bread and butter for decades, but this generation was a rare embarrassment. After the global financial crisis, Honda rushed the 2012 Civic to market, and it showed. The interior was filled with hard plastics that felt cheap and hollow. The seats lacked support, the ride was unrefined, and the steering was dull. Even die-hard Honda fans admitted this Civic felt more like a penalty box than the fun, reliable compact they'd come to love. Critics slammed it. Reviewers who once praised the Civic for being the benchmark of the segment called this version uninspired, cheaply built, and boring. Honda tried to fix things in 2013 and 2014 with some updates, slightly improving the cabin and tweaking the suspension, but the damage was already done. By then, the Civic's reputation had taken a hit. And here's the thing, these cars were still reliable in the sense that they didn't constantly break down, but owning one just wasn't enjoyable. They looked outdated the moment they came out, and they drove like an afterthought. If you're searching for a used Civic, steer clear of the 2012 to 2015 models. You deserve better. 2016 to 2018 Honda Pilot. On paper, the 2016 to 2018 Honda Pilot looked like a home run. It was stylish, packed with tech, and offered 3 rows of seating for families who needed space. Add in a strong V6 engine, and it seemed like the perfect recipe. But when real-world owners started putting miles on them, the problems surfaced fast. The biggest complaint? The 9-speed automatic transmission in the higher trims. It was clunky, indecisive, and sometimes downright jerky. Owners described hesitation when accelerating, hard shifts, and a general lack of smoothness that you don't want in a family SUV. Even after software updates, the problems never fully went away. And that wasn't all. Many pilots from these years suffered from infotainment glitches, premature brake wear, and inconsistent build quality. While the lower trims with the 6-speed automatic were far more reliable, buyers who wanted the fancier models ended up with a vehicle that simply didn't meet Honda's usual standards. It's frustrating because the Pilot had so much potential, but if you're looking at the used market, these years are best avoided unless you like rolling the dice on expensive transmission repairs. The 4 best Honda vehicles to own. 1996 to 2000 Honda Civic, 6th generation. If there's one car that cemented Honda's reputation forever, it's this one. The 6th generation Civic, built from 1996 to 2000, is practically indestructible. Lightweight, fuel-efficient, and fun to drive, this Civic appealed to everyone. Commuters who needed a cheap daily driver, college students who wanted something reliable, and tuners who discovered just how much potential these engines had. But the real magic was in its durability. These cars were simple. No fancy tech, no complicated engineering, just well-built machines. With nothing more than regular oil changes and basic maintenance, many owners pushed them well past 300,000 miles. And even then, they kept going. Today, they've become legendary in car culture. Whether you're into modifying cars or just want something that refuses to die, the 1996 to 2000 Civic is the textbook definition of reliability. 2006 to 2011 Honda Civic, 8th generation. Fast forward a few years, and Honda delivered another classic. The 2006 to 2011 Civic took the formula of the past and modernized it. Inside, the futuristic 2-tier dashboard looked like something out of a spaceship, giving drivers a digital speed readout paired with a traditional tachometer. The engines were smooth and efficient, especially the 1.8-liter 4-cylinder that offered a perfect balance between fuel economy and everyday performance. And then there was the Civic Si, a high-revving 6-speed manual version that became a cult favorite among enthusiasts. Fun, fast, and reliable, it's still considered one of the best affordable performance cars ever made. Unlike the generation that came after it, this Civic didn't cut corners. The build quality was solid, the ride was composed, and the steering had just enough feedback to make it enjoyable. On the used market, these cars remain incredibly popular because they combine Honda's reliability with genuine driving fun. 2013 to 2017 Honda Accord. If you want the perfect blend of old-school Honda durability and modern refinement, look no further than the 2013 to 2017 Accord. This generation struck a balance that few mid-size sedans have ever achieved. The styling was sharp but not overdone. The cabin was spacious and well laid out, and the drivetrain options were flawless. Buyers could choose between a fuel-efficient 4-cylinder or a silky smooth 3.5-liter V6, both of which earned strong reliability records. Owners rave about these Accords. They praise the quiet ride, the responsive handling, and the upscale feel of the interior. Many examples on the road today have already crossed 200,000 miles, and they're still running strong. Even the infotainment system, often a weak spot in other cars from this era, was intuitive and dependable. For anyone who wants a sedan that feels more premium than its price tag, the 2013 to 2017 Accord is as close to perfect as it gets. 2015 to 2021 Honda Fit. If you judge this car by its looks alone, you'd underestimate it. The Honda Fit might be small on the outside, but inside, it's a miracle of design. The magic seat system in the back allows the seats to fold flat or flip up, giving you cargo space options that put larger vehicles to shame. Need to haul a bicycle, a dresser, or half your apartment? The Fit can handle it. It's also surprisingly fun to drive. With a manual transmission, the steering is crisp, the engine is eager, and the suspension strikes the perfect balance between comfort and control. Even with the CVT, fuel economy is excellent, often topping 35 miles per gallon. Most importantly, the Fit is built like a tank. Owners routinely hit 200,000 miles or more without major issues. In a segment where most subcompacts feel disposable, the Honda Fit stands out as one of the smartest buys you can make. Looking at these cars side by side tells you everything you need to know about Honda. When they rush development or try to overcomplicate things, like with that 9-speed transmission or the cheap 2012 Civic interior, they stumble. But when they stick to their roots, focusing on smart design, practical engineering, and reliability above all else, the results are legendary. That's why picking the right model year is just as important as picking the right model. A Civic from 1998 will serve you faithfully for decades. A Civic from 2012 might make you regret your purchase every single day. The best Hondas aren't just cars, they're companions, machines that stay with you through college, your first job, your first home, and beyond. In a world where technology changes overnight and most products feel disposable, that kind of loyalty from a vehicle is rare. So now it's your turn. Which Honda do you trust, and which one burns you? Did you own one of these nightmare models, or do you have a Civic or Accord still going strong past 250,000 miles? Drop your story in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. If you found this breakdown helpful, Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the cars you should buy and the ones you should avoid like the plague. And stay tuned, because in our next video, we're exposing the Toyota models that quietly drain your wallet without you even realizing it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.